I was in the hole for about 2 months when the investigation finally ended. Sweet Low and his punks and Big Al and his crew was moved to different parts of the compound. Some of these dudes actually got transferred to different prisons. So as time would have you, I ended up in the cell with this cat by the name of Bullet Head. Now I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. Dude head was shaped like a real bullet. But if you try to joke on him, try to bid on him, and what do bid on him mean? Is when you trying to laugh and joke and clown this dude for your amusement to make your time go by in prison. Well, he would display an extreme act of violence on you if you wasn't in his circle. You just ain't gonna walk up to Bullethead and get to talking bad about him, joking on him, without him displaying an extreme amount of violence towards your body. If y'all get what I mean. So I ended up in the cell with this dude. So here's the scene. When I hit the cell, he had to get cuffed up and go to the back of the cell until I got uncuffed. When the guard walked off, Bullethead told me straight up, hey, if you want the top bunk, you're going to have to fight for it. If you lose, you're going to sleep on this floor. I'm looking at him like, what is this dude? So I guess, judging by the look on my face, Bullethead made the choice for me. He took off on me. I'm not going to say I lost. I'm not going to say I won. But I'm going to tell y'all this. It ended in the draw with both of us being hammed up against the lock. He said he was done. I said I was done. I ended up getting the top bunk. So he started taking his stuff off the top bunk and putting it where he was putting it at. So he was like, yo, where you coming from? I was like, I just came from the hole. He was like, word? I was like, yeah. He was like, what you do? I was like, I don't really want to talk about it. He was like, man, come on, bro. We finna be in here for a while. What you do? I was like, nah, I don't really want to talk about it. He was like, hold up. Wait a minute. Is you one of them punks that was fighting with Sweet Low and y'all jumped on Big Al? I was like, hex, no, I wasn't one of them punks, man. He was like, oh, okay. I said, but yeah, I was in that situation, though. He was like, oh, you Dante. Oh, you Dante. I said, yeah. He was like, man, dude, you was pure comedy, man. Man, hey, that was crazy, dog. I said, yeah. I was like, man, I don't know how I got swept into that BS, but it is what it is. He like, yeah, I feel. He was like, hey, wait a minute. You do know Big Al got a hit out on you. Yeah, I heard about that too. He was like, yeah, but ain't nobody messing with Big Al, man. Big Al, he don't even pay cats, man. So ain't nobody really tripping off that. I was like, oh yeah. He was like, man, ain't nobody thinking about no Big Al, man. He was like, but for real, what really happened though? I was like, so I was just standing there, and next thing you know, it just popped off. Sweet Low and his punks, they just started going head up. So y'all, when the fight popped off between Big Al and the punks and Sweet Low, he thought I jumped in and socked on him, but I didn't. I was just trying to get out the way. But he thought I got off on him, so he wanted to get his get back, y'all. So here we are. So Bullethead was like, yeah, man, that's a whole bunch of shenanigans and foolishness, man. You know how prison is. Yeah, but you and Big Al gonna have to settle that, though. Y'all gonna have to straighten that out, though. I was like, yeah, I know. Bullet was like, hey, I know some of his people, though. I can get word to them to let him know that you don't want no issues. I was like, no, don't do that, man. I don't need nobody speaking for me. I don't need nobody taking up for me. I got this. He then was like, well, I'ma still put the word out that I don't want no mess going on in my cell. So if they want to deal with you, they can deal with you outside of the cell. But I'm not having no foolishness up in my cell, though. I said, yeah, I hear you. I had no choice, y'all, but to respect that, because this is our house, like our home. Can't be bringing no drama and no foolishness, even if I was the cause of it. So I had no choice but to respect that. A couple days ago by when I got word that Big Al got out the hole, and he sent some messages at me to say, yo, I want to holler at you in the chow hall at dinner time. This was not good for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's only one way in and one way out of that chow hall. So if you find yourself in the chow hall and something pop off and you outnumbered and they got cats on the door, nuh-uh, not me. So it's like a death trap up in there. The second thing about the danger of the chow hall, you got some of them COs in there with that you-know-what that spits out rubber bullets. So you could be in there mixing it up, right? I done seen this happen before too. No cap. It was these dudes in there fighting. They don't get no warnings. They just start shooting. And well, one of these cats got hit in the eye with one of them rubber bullets. He lost his eye. But I want to paint the picture a little bit more gruesome for y'all. Okay? Imagine like this orange pus oozing out your eye. Ow! And, oh, man. Dude, his whole eye right here was obliterated. Ow! And just orange ooze just oozing out. He's screaming. He holler, I can't see. Ooze juice just spraying everywhere. See, let me holler at the young cats out there that might be watching this video. Stop committing crime. Ow! Stop taking your freedoms for granted. Do what you got to do legally to survive out there. I know it's hard out there. It's harder outside than being inside the pen. In the pen, you ain't got to pay no bills. You get 3 meals a day. In the real world, yeah, you got bills. Yeah, you got responsibilities. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you ain't got to worry about. But at least you got your freedoms, though. Because once you get behind them iron gates, ow! And get in them cells, it's dog eat dog. You can lose your life for nothing, just like that. It's no hammers in there. Ow! It's straight up man to man, fist to fist, knife to knife. And before I go on with this story, y'all better hit that like button before I push that blade. Ow! And yes, haters that ain't hitting that like button, that is a threat. If I don't get you in real life, I might show up in your nightmares like Freddy Krueger. Stop playing games and hit that like button. Also, I'm going live every day for the month of February. So y'all turn on them notifications. Now let's get back to the story. So I told the dude that told me that Big Al wanted to holler at me at the Char Hall, like, nah, I'd rather talk to him on the yard. So he said, okay, bet. And he rolled out. At this point, I hollered at a couple of my homies to let them know what the play was. I told them, basically, I'm about to get at Big Al today on the yard. And I need for y'all to stand by just in case somebody want to jump in. So that was that. It was about 3 p.m. when we was headed to the yard. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, my heart was beating like crazy out my chest. I wasn't scared. It was just a whole anticipation of this whole thing unfolding. So me and my dudes, we posted up on the south end of the track. So our position was to see the whole yard, especially the entrance door where everybody coming out of. Then about 6 minutes later, here walks in Big Al and some of his homeboys. So it was about 5 of us and it was 4 of them. So we had an extra man just in case we had to mix it up. So somebody was gonna get a 2-on-1 special. So we on point, y'all. So at this point, Big Al and his guys over there by the weight pile, but they ain't working out. They just looking at us. And we looking right back at them. So after about 2 minutes of eye wrestling, Big Al and his boys mobbed towards us. So I'm like, all right, y'all, here you go. So when he got about 3 feet away from me, I'm like, what's up, man? So he was like, oh, you thought you were just gonna punch on me on some sucker shit and I was just gonna let that ride? I was like, look, dog, I didn't touch you. And he was like, man, I'm not trying to hear that. I said, look, you ain't gonna keep on pressing me about something I didn't do. What we gonna do? Then I just whipped out. And he was like, oh, it's like that? It's like that? So he whipped out. And then his homeboys whipped out. Then my homeboys whipped out. So we right there in a standoff. Everybody gripped up. Now, due to YouTube new policies, I can't be real descriptive of what happened next, y'all, because I'm trying to get paid. So y'all got to bless that Cashapp and hit that like button for that real raw content. But just because I love y'all so much, I'm going to go ahead and give it to y'all. There was a lot of bumping, there was a lot of grunting, and a whole bunch of blood, sweat, and tears that was shed on that yard that day. So after this melee, I end up with 2 puncher wounds. Y'all see it. They got me right here, and they got me right here. But hold on, y'all. I wasn't the only one that took an L that day on the yard. You can believe that. Big Al got that $150 right there, and 2 of his homeboys got airlifted up out of there. The rest of us misfits will find ourselves back in the hole where we were served that good old food loaf. You jail dudes know what I'm talking about. That good old 23-1 Hey, at least we didn't die. I mean, this is prison. I'm out.